What up, gamers? Spencer here, and welcome back to Frontline 2 Exilium. So yeah, the new update is out where we have Lind being introduced in the game, and because of that, I guess we get to see the Frostfall squad being introduced for the first time. I just saw them right now. Yeah, there's that one character that I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of, and then there's Cheetah over there. But yeah, it's only those two, because yeah, those are the only two members I remember. Like I've seen like together in the pictures or something like that. Like Cheetah was like looking all like pouty with her. But I don't know if there's like someone else, like a fourth member. But yeah, it's really cool that they finally get to be introduced into the story because we haven't seen these two yet. I think everyone else has been in the story except for these two. So yeah, that's really cool, man. Like the launch characters with Cheetah and her are now finally here. And yeah, I do plan to get Lind here into recruitment, but first, I do want to, play through the story a little bit because I want to, see more about this Frostfall squad because, I don't know much about them. I just want to maybe see if, if it's worth maybe getting Lind. Because, yeah, I like to make these, like, Lord teams. Like, mainly having, like, a 4-squad Lord team. But, yeah, I don't know who that fourth member is. Anyways, here we go. Story time. Let's go do it. Wounds that will not heal. There we go, man. Yeah, if I can find a fourth member, then I think I'll get Lind. But I assume, at least so we got those two there. In the green zone on the outskirts of the satellite city, KYI-09. A light mist hangs over the mansion district. Frostfall squad is performing a battlefield cleanup under her supervision. Yeah, I'm going to try to listen to the in-game pronunciation because I don't know how to say that. If I had to guess, it would be like, I don't know, like Xianzhou? Oh wait, I forgot. They don't even have voices here probably, right? I think they only do voices for like those very special events. Frick. Well, I'm gonna have to look it up then. Hold on, because I want to make sure I say it right. I was hoping to use the in-game pronunciation of it. Here we go. Pronunciation. Well, according to the AI, it's pronounced like Chongju. So I'll be saying it like that. Okay. I hope I'm saying it right. Their tactical boots crunch on mechanical parts scattered on a grassy lawn. Wow, that is so weird to see, dude. I'm like so used to seeing like the 3D model of Cheetah. Now we get the 2D art. Wow, this place is huge, and it's got a swimming pool too. No wonder they had to buy so many guard robots. Is everyone living in the mansion district this rich? It doesn't matter how rich they are. It's not like we'll end up making the same kind of money. We finally got a security assignment after so long, and in the end, we're just facing a bunch of domestic robots. I could have cleared them all out by myself. Lin, Cheetah, don't complain. Chongju opens her day planner and checks each item and number on it line by line. There's 10 minutes until the mission deadline. Looks like our tactical planning still has room for improvement. Give me a sit rep on your respective areas. Starting from Tololo. Oh yeah, her. That's the one. Okay, now I remember. Because I remember there was a fourth member, but I kind of forgot who it was. So yeah, I have pretty much everyone. I just need to get Lind. And yeah, I got myself like a full Lord team there. I feel like really the only ones I don't have is Monsoon Squad. I think for the most part I do have, mostly everyone else. Roger. That is so cool, man. Seeing their 2D art. I'm just, like I said, I'm used to seeing their 3D, like, visuals. 6 mechanical units eliminated in Area A. Motive core fragments clearance complete. Areas B is all cleaned up. It was easy since this genius was around. Area C is fine, of course. But has Griffin really been reduced to doing yard work for rich people now? Feels like we're providing after-sales service or something. It's true that this wasn't explicitly requested in our contract, but since our mission takes place in the residential area, it would make sense that we would handle cleanup duties here. In addition, I believe that attention to details like this demonstrates our commitment to providing good service which affect our future clients' willingness to hire us. Uh, well, I hope our employers will appreciate your attention to detail, leader. That would keep our numbers from being so dismal. I know, right? Seeing as how we perform so well and so efficiently, and even have a genius like me backing everyone up, not hiring us is their loss. If you can count not being blown up by those little explosive gadgets of yours as a loss, then they're definitely winning big. Well, what are you talking about? It was only 1 or 2 times. I mean, a few times at most. Looks like we found a reason why people are hiring us less often, leader. Cheetah. Don't listen to Lynn. She doesn't know what she's talking about. My inventions are fairly reliable under most circumstances. Annoyed, Cheetah spreads her arms in protest. Sunlight streams from behind them and reflects faintly off something on the lawn with a golden gleam. Tololo pauses as she spots the reflection. Tololo, what's wrong? There's something in the grass. She bends down and retrieves an ID card from under the wreckage of a robot. It's an intricately made card that reflects glints of golden light. The circuitry-like patterns on it move slowly as she turns it. If I'm not wrong, judging by how it feels, this should be... Don't touch that, Cheetah. You don't know where it's been. Relax, leader. It was just a little experiment. I'm not going to break it or anything. Look. Cheetah leans out from behind Tololo and experimentally pokes the card with her combat knife. Its edge makes the honeycomb patterns on the card, but then they slowly return to their original shape. The patterns, they fix themselves. How's that? Cool stuff, huh? This material is called Liquid Phase Shape Memory Alloy, or Liquid Polyalloy for short. The Gerardo Group just announced their patent on it recently. It might look small, but you could buy 10 doll frames for the price of this much material. They'll be set for a long time with this. I think the valuable part isn't the materials that went into making it, but the technology. Still, isn't this the property of the client? It's not like we're authorized to dispose of it, right? That might not be the case. We found it under this toaster, so maybe even the client doesn't know anything about it. Also, leaving valuable stuff like this lying around would make us look really unprofessional. In any case, we should be able to bring it back with us, right, leader? As a professional PMC, our focus should be on building long-term relationships and trust with the clients as opposed to coveting short-term financial gain. However, it is true that taking care of valuable goods will count as a value-added service. And as it turns out, it's almost time. Beep. Chongju turns away and dials a familiar number. Miss Hellion, this is Chongju. Per mission requirements, Frostfall Squad has eliminated the rogue security robots, and we have also finished recovering their motive core fragments. I think the client should be able to move in without worries now. The sound of rifling paper comes over the transmission channel. Hellion's tone seems a little more crestfallen than usual. Understood. Also, we recovered an ID card on the premises. Its functions is unknown. Since the card is quite valuable, we should hold on to it for the time being before handing it over to the client. Yes, that would be a good way to handle the situation. Chongju, I have full faith in your decisions because you always take all the relevant factors into consideration. I have also seen the efforts you and Frostfall Squad have made for Griffin. Thank you all for your hard work. You should consider this upcoming period to be a vacation of sorts. A vacation? So you're saying our upcoming commissions? The sound of pages flipping comes into a halt, and Hellion sighs quietly. Just then, an exclamation from Cheetah drowns out her reply. Leader, this is bad. Those tin cans are getting back up again. GNL, beta, protocol activated. System rebooting. Target identification module. Loading successful. Huh? Executing attack order. Miss Hellion, the situation has changed. The rogue robots have reactivated, and we need to deal with them ASAP. But if we do that, this commission might prioritize keeping your girl safe, and if need be, You are authorized to take any and all means needed to resolve the situation. Understood. After ending the transmission, Changju fires off orders to Frostfall Squad. Cheetah, Tololo, move up with me and suppress them. Lin, focus your fire and eliminate the nearby targets. Remember, short controlled bursts only. Make sure we thoroughly destroy those robots this time. Move out. You know, since we have like most of the members here, you know, since they were at the launch of this game, I do want to play with them. And yeah, once I get Lind, then yeah, that's when I'll be adding her. I do want to do some pulls after this mission, so let's see. Yeah, right now I don't have I don't have her leveled up though, but at least she has her weapon. Where else? What else? Yeah, there was Cheetah, of course. But I want to bring yeah, there she is, Tololo. Yeah, before I would pronounce her name as like Tololo, like, you know, saying it very slowly. Hey, I forgot about that. Oh no, wait, that's back. Hey, I have not heard that in such a long time. All right. Yeah, in the future, I'll bring I will be bringing her, Lin. Once I get her in the pools, which we will do after this. Wait, for the most part, I'm gonna rely on Tololo to beat them all up. I'm sure Cheetah can do some damage, but I haven't been working on Changju, just Tololo, because I like her abilities. Okay. Yeah, Tololo was a really good, like, if I need like a 5th member for my team, because I like to make lower teams, and normally they would take up 4 slots. Then yeah, like Tololo would be like a really good one to have. That's my 5th member, like back then. Now it's pretty much like Springfield is my 5th member. Okay. Beat them up. And they're down. Bang. As the final gunshot rings out, the last of the defense robots blow up, collapsing into a pile of junk parts. Lin puts her gun away with practiced ease and unwraps the lollipop before rubbing her arm, which was grazed by shrapnel. I can't believe I actually got hit by something like this. Pisses me off. Say, I noticed a while back, but you seem really sensitive to pain, Lind. Why don't you turn it off in combat? Are you a masochist or something? This way she has her like pain, I guess, modules on. That like mechanic. My frame moves slowly when my glucose levels are low, so it's perfectly natural to use pain to boost my reaction times. Lin turns aside in a somewhat unnatural way. More importantly, you should be worrying about these robots, right? Why did they flip out all of a sudden? They were making noises which sounded like commands before they started back up. It seems like this outburst was triggered at the programming level. But we shut up their motive cores, didn't we? That's like cutting their power off. There's no way they could start up again, right? Unless their cores could self-repair. The 4 of them seem to realize something at the same time. This is polyalloy. In other words, it was made by Gerard. Tololo wades into the robot's wreckage and begins digging around inside it. Frame codex prefix reads GNL Beta. This isn't a model that they're selling on the open market. I don't see anything like it in their product catalog either. Looks like this frame model isn't the one that's commercially available. So, does that mean it's some kind of fancy toy those rich people got through internal connections? That's possible. And it's also perfectly reasonable that these beta models, which aren't publicly available, would have bugs in their programming. And that's not even getting into the fact that they're from the Gerard group. Are you talking about what happened on Miss Kalina's side some time back? Yes, the ripples from the robot uprising in Odessa spread far and wide. Gerard's been paying out huge amounts in penalty fees and compensation. Their stock price has also plummeted. Factor in Rurik's departure in the plane crash and the group having to appoint a new CEO. I'm sure even the Gerard brass must be terrified right about now. There have been multiple reports of robots going berserk this month already, and there's speculation that it's linked to their broken supply chains and chaotic internal management. 3 reports, 4 if you count ours. Tololo presses a button on her communications terminal, and a holographic projection of a starry sky springs into existence. She taps on the touchscreen, and it is replaced by a chip from a news broadcast. Wow, Papa, Mama, my eyes hurt. The camera pans to the child, their eyes redden from the thick smoke spewing from the kindergarten that was destroyed by haywire robots. Wow, that's a scary thing to imagine happening right now. The ruined enemies of a wall are visible in the corner of the frame, covered in scattered bullet holes. A neatly dressed Gerard Group spokesperson stands in front of the devastation, addressing the reporter. I am the representative of the Gerard Group's R&D division, Yakov Holtz. On behalf of the Gerard Group, I would like to extend my sincerest apologies to the people affected by this incident and their families. After a preliminary investigation, we have found that the robots were affected by an unknown virus shortly before they went berserk. Currently, there are ample evidence to indicate that this was a malicious, deliberate act of destruction targeting the Gerard Group. As such, I wish to make our position clear to the world. We will be investigating this incident with all the resources at our disposal, and we will not give the culprits any opportunities to cause further mayhem. There is no need to worry. The Gerard Group has always made user safety our #1 priority. We will be holding another press conference later on to address how we intend to handle the situation. Tololo ignores the spokesman by ovation and shuts off the clip. I heard a whole lot of excuses, but nothing in the way of actually compensating people. Didn't they blame the previous incidents on a technical loophole or something? Now they're saying it's an external attack. They're just trying to wash their hands off of everything, aren't they? But if someone really did infect those robots with the virus, there would probably be more victims. Leader, should we continue looking into this commission? After thinking for a bit, Changju shakes her head. We don't have much ammo left, and getting further involved wouldn't be wise. Also, Changju's voice trails off. However, the look on her face tells the rest of her team what she couldn't bring herself to say, because they all know they don't have the mighty Griffin from before backing them up now. Ever since the war ended, the demand for PMCs from various factions in the civilian sector has drastically declined. In addition, Griffin was forced to restructure and downsize. All the clients who had formed stable partnerships with Griffin in the past have ended their cooperation with Griffin in one way or another. Although Frostfall's efforts have secured them a few permanent customers, there are times like these when there's no business to be had. Without their beloved commander and many of the dolls who were once in their colleagues, the things they can do now are very limited indeed. Frostfall understands this point very well. Even so, while they might have chosen to walk the different paths, at least everyone is still alive, and they still have their shared memories. At the very least, when the commander finally gets tired of wandering the Yellow Zone, he will still have a place that can be called home. For that reason alone, they will do their best to keep Griffin going. Still, there are times when they must face the limitations of their circumstances and accept the knowledge of their powerlessness that accompanies this realization. After sensing the dejection among her team, Chongju softens her tone a little. I'll make note of the potential risks in our debriefing. Even if we can't do anything about it now, I'm sure it'll be useful in the future. Yeah. It's not like there's nothing that can be done, right? Frostfall squad heads back to their vehicle. Lynn lags behind, connecting her data port to one of the robots and downloading some of their data to herself. Well, I don't know how it might help. Let's just make a copy of it for now. Okay. So yeah, there we go, man. Yeah, let's go and do some polls for Lind. I think we definitely have enough. Yeah, as always with this game, I'm always surprised of how easy it is to make the collapse pieces back. Of course, there are times where I do skip some patches on pulling, but yeah, it's always nice to see that I was able to build it back up. But yeah, I plan to get her and her, purple weapon if I can. Let's go and do it. I mean, I might even just go for her elite's weapon too. If I can't get the purple one, I might as well get the elites here. Or at least, attempt to go for it. Get Ksenia. Here we go. Who do we get, man? We got Lind. Oh my gosh, Tololo. Okay, come on, Lind. Thought I thought you were gonna be able to be achievable early on with my pulls. Okay, here we go. We got her. Freak, that took me way too many pulls. Almost all of my collapse pieces. Dang, man. That's very unfortunate. Spare me the overly formal intro, will you? It's not like we just met. My name? Just call me Lind. Wow. Well, yeah. Dang. I don't know if that was really worth doing, in a way. No, I'm sure it's worth getting Lind. You think we can get her weapon? Okay. And... last one. Oh, what? Last one? We got the auto 12. Okay. And you know what? Maybe that's good that we, did spend and not get the elite, because I can save that for Michitu in the future. Well, yeah, let's keep on going, man, with the story. Got a story thing here. Inside the meeting room of Griffin's main building in the Green Zone, late at night, Frostfall squad is conducting their usual after-action review. It's bedtime already. Why are we still having a meeting now? Are they trying to slack off? Leader usually works through the entire night on overtime, Then this will all be all for the day. Awesome, I'll be off now. Genius brains need their beauty sleep. Hang on. Before Cheetah can hop out of her seat, she feels Chongju's hand pushing her back down. We're done with the AAR, but there are other things that we need to talk about. Saying so, Chongju flicks Tololo's hairband and brings her mind back from gazing at the stars twinkling outside. While I believe in avoiding unnecessary overtime, there are some things regarding Frostfall Squad's future development that merit discussion. Have a look at this. Chongju's fingers fly across her terminal, and the screen displays a spreadsheet checkered in red and green. Is this a record of our squad's finances? Yes, the green cell represents our income for the past month, and the red cells show our expenses. That's weird. We got a lot of jobs last month, didn't we? How come there are so many red cells? And the most common type of expensive liability compensation. Mission number RD04003045. The client's mansion was damaged in the squad's explosion to the extent that a deformed gate forced them to climb through a window to get home. The compensation was 4 times the payment it received. Mission number RD04010072. The client's car window was shattered by gunfire from the squad, leading to the client's right arm being gashed by glass fragments. The compensation was 3 times the payment received. Man, dude, these guys have like... they're not the best when it comes to like making sure they earn money from their commissions. Mission number RD04011745. The client demanded double the value of furniture destroyed by an explosion created by the squad. The compensation was 5 times the payment received. Jeez, man. Looking at this, it seems a certain genius of ours featured heavily in all these incidents. Am I wrong? What? You've got some nerve pointing fingers at me, Lind. Half of those incidents were caused by you and your lack of trigger discipline, leading to stuff getting shot up. I'll deal with the 2 of you later. In any case, Griffin's financial situation will be in the red next month, which means our living expenses will have to be cut too. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. So, like, I know with the commander and stuff, they left Griffin because of the contract. At least that's what I know from it. You know, I haven't played the first game. I'm just like basing it on like what I learned about this game here. But these guys, I'm guessing, are still in Griffin, if I had to guess. I'm not sure. Then our candy budget? 0. I just realized, you know, both Cheetah and Lind, yeah, Cheetah and Lind both exclaim in shock. Like, I just remember that, you know, that animation I played when we pulled her with Lind. Like, yeah, she was eating candy, and so was Cheetah. Like, I know she has some candy on her, right? Seriously? Normally, we'd still be able to handle a situation like this, but we haven't had that many commissions to begin with this month, and all our remaining commissions have been put on to hold too. Therefore, we need to find a way to salvage our financial situation before it gets worse. What if you sold this genius's inventions? Cheetah's inventions are all original and genuine. Those rich folks in white zones might be falling over themselves to buy them up. I can guarantee it. Why would those wealthy people want to buy them? Aren't they tired of living, perhaps? Indeed. The safety of those products is a concern. Proposal denied. Eh? Perhaps we could try taking on some personal commissions. Oh, is this when they enter that arena? Because we know that's going to be a thing later on in the story. Maybe that's how they make their money back. The legality and safety of those commissions are questionable and cannot be verified. Proposal denied. Now that you mention it, don't we have some big assets gathering dust in the logistics department? You know, those helicopters, that big tugboat, and all that other crap. Our missions now don't call for that stuff, so can we sell them off or something? Those assets are essential for emergency situations and cannot be casually discarded. Proposal denied. This doesn't work. That doesn't work. Isn't there anything we can sell for some quick cash? Oh yeah. What about that ID card we picked up earlier today? Miss Hellion discussed it with our client, who refused to claim it and said Griffin can dispose of it as we see fit. Sounds great. Let's sell it off to an underground broker then. Didn't Cheetah say it was super valuable? That means we ought to be able to hold out for a good long time if we do. Proposal denied. You're even going to deny that too? Well, how do we address this? How do we have the addresses for any underground brokers in Griffin's systems? No, I mean, they don't even have any fixed premises or anything. What kind of information would we possibly have on them? Then can we use the public trade platforms to work out this deal? If such avenues were available to them, they wouldn't be underground brokers. In other words, it's too risky. Proposal denied. As Changju looks around at her teammates, who all seem a little out of it, she feels her head beginning to ache. While she'd already expected that finding a solution would be difficult, she wasn't expecting them to not make any progress at all. Frostfall Squad's role is too poorly defined, and we take on any kind of assignment, but that also makes it harder for clients to choose us over peers who have more specialized skill sets. It seems just focusing on service details isn't enough. Chongju sighs quietly and gives up on continuing the discussion. We'll end today's meeting here then. I'll go talk to Miss Hellion again and see what other assets we have available to us. Dismissed. Half an hour later, someone stalks the quiet corridor, frazzled from and lack of sleep. It's not like I don't understand where the leader is coming from, but she's being a bit too cautious, isn't she? Groza's squad and 404 are already helping the commander, while Leva and the others are helping Kalina too. Meanwhile, we're stuck treading water in the green zone, all curled up into a ball and trying to think of how to make a living. It really pisses me off. In any case, let's grab the ID while Leader and Miss Hellion are talking. After making up her mind, Lynn opens the door to Hellion's office. However, the scene depicted in her visual modules comes as a bit of a surprise. Is someone there? The moonlight shines through the window and illuminates the corner of Hellion's desk. A very suspicious-looking character is there, rummaging around like they're looking for something. Huh. After confirming that the object bobbing around on the thief's head is a beret, Lynn breathes a sigh of relief. She silently circles around behind the burglar and slaps her on the back. I'm guessing it's Cheetah because of the beret. Oi, Cheetah. Hey, hey! The sudden smack startles Cheetah so badly that she curls up into a fetal position and grabs her head. Caretaker's caretaker. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to come here and steal stuff. Please give me a chance to turn over a new. Quiet, you. It's not Miss Hellion, it's me. Huh? Cheetah looks back and giggles at Lind. Oh, so it was you, Lind. You scared the heck out of me. What are you doing here? I'm pretty sure you already know. Oh, so you had the same idea as me, namely, to sell off the ID card, am I right? Congratulations on arriving at the same conclusion as this genius's brain. Wasn't I the one who suggested that? Also, if you're searching for the ID card, you should be looking over there, right? Lynn points to the code locked safe behind the door. What? When did the caretaker's caretaker move it there? Who cares? The important thing is that our genius can finally be put to use. You should have something that can open safes, right? Show me what it can do. Yeah, she had a device to like lock doors. What about open? Of course I do. It's just a safe. I can open it in just 3 seconds. Cheetah produces an unlocker from her pocket and connects it to the safe. 3, 2, 1, click. As the bolt slides back, the two of them open the safe door. The gleaming ID card lies quietly inside it. How is that? Are you in awe of this genius's invention? Isn't it amazing? Yeah, it is. Lynn nods, then slips the card into a waistband pocket before heading out the door, leaving Cheetah staring dumbfoundedly at where the card used to be. Huh? Walking off just like that is really rude, you know. Aren't you going to discuss your next move with this genius? Also, shouldn't you show some respect? I mean, I'm the one who opened the lock, you know. Hey, are you pretending to not hear me? You should be singing praises of my genius. Shh. Lynn raises a finger and signals to Cheetah to shush. Then she beckons behind her, indicating that Cheetah should follow. Well, we're the ones who caused most of the trouble anyway, so we might as well go settle it together. Settle what? The money problem. The whole point of getting this was to sell it for money, right? I know an underground broker, and he just so happens to be the one be at the one of his old hangouts today. Come with me. Okay. And we got a mission over here. Lightless Alley. Alright, this will be the last one for this video. Cheetah follows Lynn to a seedy little alley in the yellow zone. The nearby street lamps crackle and blink every now and then. The ground is covered with beer bottles and other junk, and the air is redolent with a rotting stench born from the unholy fusion of expired alcohol and food scraps. Is this the old hangouts you were talking about? Can anyone who lives here really afford to buy that polyalloy card? You can find underground brokers anywhere. Why make a big deal out of it? Rather than worry about not being able to find a buyer, you should think about what you'll do if robbers suddenly show up. Lynn reaches into her waistband pocket. The hard sensation there helps her calm her neural cloud down a little. Relax, we're both super strong tactical dolls, aren't we? Who would be dumb enough to try and mug us? Oh yeah, how did you meet that broker anyway? You know how you keep asking for materials for your inventions, especially the stuff with really weird names? I can only get those through less than legal channels. Did you only realize that just now? Huh, so that's how it works. I guess this broker guy really helped us out a lot. I'm suddenly filled with confidence about this trade. After hearing you say that, any confidence I had is gone. Len comes to a halt in front of a neon sign that seems to advertise a bar. Right, this is it. We'll do things like we discussed. I'll talk to the broker, and you keep watch outside. Huh? Are you sure you don't want to let everyone's beloved genius, yours truly, handle the interaction? I've already dealt with him several times before, so I'll probably have better luck haggling with him. You can take that mouth of yours and squawk if you see anything funny. Then continues down another winding alley and arrives in front of a rusty door grate. She knocks lightly on it and cracks open a hair shortly afterward. A wary face is visible in the gap. The man exchanges looks with Lind, then nods and opens the door, gesturing for her to enter. Whew. Unlike the dreary, silent streets, the inside of the bar is lively and bustling. Several thugs are sitting around a table and drinking beer, their massive frames making their chairs creak with every move they make. Lynn seems to have anticipated all this. She heads over to the counter and sits down next to a man in a ball cap. It's been a while. Despite the fact she's talking to the broker, Lynn doesn't turn to look at him. Instead, her eyes casually roam the drinks rack in front of her. It's easy to pick you out of the crowd at least. Looks like this is going to be a good day. Another good deal just walked up. Let me think. The last time I saw you was... It seems you've got a wall of texts you want to dump on me, but I'll just skip it if you don't mind. I didn't come here to listen to you reminisce. I've got something that ought to be pretty valuable, and I'd like you to take it off my hands. Saying so, Lynn reaches into her waistband pocket and exposes part of the card. Freshly patented by the Gerard Group. You interested? Upon seeing the card, the broker tenses up for a moment, but relaxes for the next second. He takes Lynn over to a table in the corner, then removes his hat, revealing a gloomy face. Is that liquid phase-shaped memory alloy? That is rare. Selling it off will be a bit troublesome, but if the price is right, there'll be no shortage of buyers. Provided, of course, that there's nothing wrong with the goods. You can just say what you want to test. You can just say you want to test it, you know. Lynn hums quietly, then places the card on the table before sliding it over to the broker. He picks up the card and examines it in the dim light of the bar, then takes out a small knife from his waist. The edge glides across the surface of the card, and the honeycomb patterns on it ripple and gleam. After seeing this, the broker nods. That's polyalloy, all right. How much do you want for it? This much will do. Lynn shows him a number. The broker doesn't respond right away, instead waxing thoughtful. The card in his hand drums against the table with a tap tap tap. Rare goods have a lot of value as collector's items. Unfortunately, I don't have enough cash on hand to pay you in full. What does that mean? Are you going to buy on credit? No, what I'm trying to say is that if I had 10 minutes, I could get my boys to bring the full sum over. But as a trader, I understand that time is money, so in the end, the ball is in your court. Having said his piece, the broker waits for Lynn's reply. If it's just 10 minutes, I can wait. Thank you for placing your trust in me. It seems the broker is pleased by the answer, because he smiles almost imperceptibly and raps on the table. The thugs seated by the entrance get up and squeeze their bulky frames out of the front door. The folding metal gate creaks mournfully. After that, the broker snaps his fingers, and someone places a steaming cup of coffee in front of Lynn. The sweetness of a double-sugared beverage allows her frazzled nerves to relax a little. This seems to be the first time I've sold you something, right? That you want to haggle more about the price. I've never skimped on the money as long as the goods were worth it. That's my principle as a businessman. I'm gonna guess this guy's gonna try to steal it by, like, trying to take it from her with his guys. Because I know there's a battle coming up here, right? In this mission. So, if I'm not wrong, the last time I saw you, you were alone. Turns out you got yourself a crew pretty fast. Is this the secret to making it big in business? Well, I've been slumming it all over yellow zones for so many years. Makes sense to get a few buddies, right? Strictly speaking, though, that isn't the secret to making it big in a business. That would be profit above all. The sound of scattered footsteps echoes down the alleyway, heading for the bar. Lenny glances through the window and sees several Varjägers walk past. Here we go. And when the opportunity comes to kill two birds with one stone, no businessman would refuse. Click. Lynn hears the crisp sound of a chambering round from behind her. She turns and sees the broker's mouth twisted into a savage grin, the muzzle of his gun pointed between her eyes. Just then, she gets a transmission from Cheetah. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I saw a bunch of armed Varjägers head toward the bar just now. You better keep your eyes... What's wrong with the signal here? Hello? Lynn, there are Varjägers headed towards the bar. Be careful. Wow, thanks, Cheetah. The warning just came just in time. A pack of warriors burst into the bar, and they all point guns at Lind. Lind shakes her head, ignoring Cheetah as she repeats, "Hello?" over the channel and tightens her grip on her gun. I was hoping we could settle this in a civilized way, but it looks like that's not an option anymore. Fine then. I've been pissed off all night. Time to take it out on you. Alright, here we go, man. Oh, he's got a riot shield. I knew it. You're only punctual when it's time for a fight, aren't you? Lynn, how did things end up like this? Did negotiations break down or something? Rather than not successful, should I say it was too successful? Either way, it seems a fight is unavoidable. Cheetah, prepare for a breakout. Time for this genius to show her brilliance. Alright, so now we got Lind as well. Let's go and place her down. Where's she at? There she is. You know what? I want the healer to be last. I always have them like in the last, so let me place her there, and then yeah, where's Cheetah again? There she is. Hey. Oh my gosh, dude. Feels like a weird meme. Yeah, Lin should be pretty good, right? Because I think she does play well with Kukai and Michitu, since they're both the same elements, I think. So yeah, I am pretty happy that we got her. Like, for that, if I want to play in a meta way. But yeah, at least I got her. That's all I'm just happy about. You know, I was getting kind of scared when I was doing the pulls. Like, I was not going to get her because it pretty much took up, like, everything, man. Like, pretty much everything. Like, even that Dorito chips thing. Like, man. Like, just to get her weapon. Tongues of fire spit from gun muzzles, riddling the door with sparks. Unable to hold up on its own weight, it collapses with a loud crash, and Lin and Cheetah take the opportunity to escape the bar. The sounds of gunfire, the warriors yelling, and Joe's frantic footsteps blend together in a pitch-black alleyway. Savages, all of them. Lin shoots an exasperated look at Cheetah. What are you looking at me for? If not for this genius's heroic intervention, you'd be in even bigger trouble now, right? If you hadn't started chucking smoke bombs around all of a sudden, I would have gotten the ID card back. You mean shaking off the guys chasing us isn't important at all? Just as Cheetah finishes, several more warriors show up at the entrance to the alley and point their guns at the duo. Lin grabs Cheetah and yanks her into the side alley. Several bullets hit the wall behind the place where they were a moment ago, throwing up wisp of dust. All the escape routes we planned have been cut off by warriors. What will we do now? Do you have any other backup routes? Well, if there's no way out, why not just make one? Lin shifts behind Cheetah and pulls her trigger, and a hail of buckshot forces the pursuing warriors back, and they duck behind cover. Bing bang. Then Lin swings her muzzle over and takes out the warriors, trying to ambush them from the flanks. Just as the two of them are about to make their breakout, yet another squad of the warriors appears in front of them. There they are! Don't let them get away! Over here, Lin, on your three! The two of them hurry deeper into the alley but find that it leads to a forbiddingly high wall. The shouts of the warriors grow louder behind them. You've got them cornered, boss. They're in a dead end. Get the boys over here. They're not getting away this time. Dang it. Is there no end to them? These gosh darn cockroaches. After checking her ammo and discovering that she's running out, Lin looks at Cheetah. How many of those bombs do you have? Let me see. Oops, I think I just threw the last one. Lin looks at the wall. It doesn't seem surmountable by effort alone. The sound of footsteps growing increasingly louder reminds her of the reality that the warriors are going to reach them any minute now. They're running out of time. Cheetah, climb on my shoulders and get out of here. What? I said, climb on my shoulders and get out of here. I'll stay behind to cover you. Hurry. So you're telling me to escape ahead of you? Heck no. If someone's going to be covering someone else, I can do it for you too. Your frame is smaller, and you're more mobile than me. Your chances of escaping are higher than mine. But... No buts. One person escaping is better than none at all, alright? You've taken on so many hostage rescue missions already, so just think of it as my turn to be saved this time. And there, they're all the way at the end. We don't have time for this. Go, Cheetah. Cheetah can hear the warrior girl's footsteps approaching. She grits her teeth and then vaults over the wall with Lin's help. She looks back and sees the warrior girl swarming Lin, who fearlessly fires into the horde. I'll be back for you, Lin. Wait for me. Alright. Well, yeah, there you go, guys. That is it. I'm just gonna press confirm. I don't plan to resume that. I think that's a good time for me to end it there. So yeah, that was the start of the turbulent undercurrents with Lin over here. How many do we have? Well, more left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And so far we did 3. Okay, maybe we can do like 3 per video if like the pacing is the same pretty much for the most part. But yeah, that is it for this video. Yeah, finally got Lind. Yeah, really happy now. So like with the formations over here, right? Yeah, I haven't used this in a long time, but yeah, this was my first one that I've made. And then yeah, I'm gonna make stuff like the you know, like the cannon starting team with like Groza and stuff, like the Elmo like initial team. We got the like what was after that they also introduced? The Suchero Cafe. And there was even more, like a lot more. Wait, we can have up to 6? Oh, I didn't even realize that. Shoot. Okay, so if I had to choose 6, well, yeah, that's one of them. The doll people. And then, yeah, the starting team with like Rosa and Nemesis and stuff. The Suchero Cafe. Squad 404. Frostfall Squad. Oh, and the one with, what's her name? Yeah, the one with Moza Nagant. There we go, I can have 6 teams, just like that if I want. Alright. I wish there was more, because like, what if I want more in the future? But did I include Frostfall Squad? Hold on. Yeah, so we got them, Frostfall, starting team, Suchero, 404, Moza Nagant. I think I did include them. I kind of forgot if I did. But it should be the perfect amount. Anyways, yeah, next time we'll resume. But yeah, it feels really good that I was able to get Lind. I feel like, you know, I can now just really utilize all of my characters. Of course, there are some characters that are like solo, like with yeah, with like her. Like Florence, I think right now doesn't belong to a team. I could be wrong, maybe in the future, like as we go more into the story here. But yeah, I think for the most part, I got pretty much everyone in a team that I'm able to put in. If I'm just looking around. Well, what about Sabrina? I don't know about Sabrina. Well, yeah, she can be the Suchero Cafe people as well, if I want. Oh wait, hold on. We haven't seen everyone yet. I haven't seen her in the story. What? And of course, you know, we don't have Monsoon Squad. I'm not counting them because I haven't been working on them at all. Oh yeah, Peritia. When did she come in? She's like the only one left, I think, from the base game that hasn't showed up in the story. I thought everyone showed up. And I guess Papasha. Yeah. I guess we'll see, man, when that happens. So yeah. That'll be for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good